Welcome to Jank Play TCG. My name's Landon, and here we play Jank. And Sophie is here with me today. Say hi, Sophie. All right. So today I'm bringing you another fan-submitted list. This is another list from LinkHawkins. Absolutely one of the first supporters I had in the Discord, and he's been a wonderful supporter of the channel. So LinkHawkins submitted this deck. Thank you so much for submitting this deck. It is definitely a fun one. I played with it a little bit, not too much, but let's go ahead and jump into it. And I love this deck because it has two primary attacking Pokemon. It's not often you see decks with multiple attacking Pokemon in it, so you can mix around strategy and whatnot, but this pulls it off absolutely fantastic. First off, we are starting off with Girafarig EX with the Armor Tail ability, where you prevent damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's basic EXs, meaning you can't be hurt, so you're going to be doing just phenomenally against basic EXs. They can't hurt you, but you get to hurt them. And for 3 energy, it's going to do 160 damage plus 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon, which is 160 is really good. You're two-hitting most things, especially basic EXs you'll be two-hitting very easily. Plus the 30 spread damage will be helpful as long as they don't get Manaphy out or something along those lines. So I really like the strategy revolving around Girafarig. I think that's how you say it. Next up, we do have Espathra, the other attacker in the deck. Espathra EX, a card I haven't featured on the channel, so I'm real glad LinkHawkins put this into the deck. So Espathra has this Dazzling Gaze ability. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, attacks used by your opponent's active Pokemon cost 1 more, making it harder for them to attack back. But also, Psyball for 1 energy, 30 damage plus 30 more damage for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. So Dazzling Gaze, forcing your opponent to attach an extra energy to do any sort of attack, and then Psyball punishing them for attaching that extra energy. Love it. Fantastic. I love the way the ability and the attack work together, but I also love that Psyball is not only reliant on your opponent's energy, it's reliant on yours, so you have a bit more control. Attacks that only rely on your opponent's energy will come up short fairly often when the energy attached to your opponent's active is not enough to get that KO. So it being dependent on your own energy as well just makes it that much easier to get the KOs. Espathra is a grass type as a Terra Pokemon, and so it is able to hit weakness against Charizard, one of the big decks in the format currently. Charizard, and Espathra is able to hit weakness and force him to get more energy out, and it's just all around really powerful stuff. And you might be thinking to yourself, how do you get Espathra and Girafarig, both Terra Pokemon, both Pokemon that need energy on them and quite a bit? Well, the genius solution here that LinkHawkins ran with is Xatu. Xatu is able to use its clairvoyant sensibility to attach a basic psychic energy card from your hand to one of your benched Pokemon. If you do, you draw 2 cards. So it's energy acceleration, it is draw, and both these Pokemon use psychic energy. The Dirty Beam and the Psyball attack both use psychic energy because normally these are psychic Pokemon. 1 second. Sorry. Been bouncing around a couple different sicknesses recently. Got a neck injection as well. My shoulder is killing me right now. Hydrocodone, I don't know if it's kicked in and I'm not feeling it or what. Anyways, back to the deck. So we've got Xatu to power up our attackers and to draw us cards, but sometimes you need that little bit more, right? And so we got Mew EX in here. And Mew EX, with that restart ability to draw up until you have 3 cards in hand, will be great for when you go down to a 0-card hand, or at least less than 3, right? But also we got the genome hacking attack, where for 3 energy, you just choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks, and you use that attack, right? So it's a great way to kind of use your opponent's strength against them. And, you know, for having that restart ability and free retreat and all that jazz, it's just a really great extra, right? So I do want to touch a little bit on the Flittles that LinkHawkins playing. He's got 2 different Flittles, and I question this a little bit, but you know, sometimes you need this 50 HP, and sometimes you need this free retreat. I really like the free retreater, because Xatu attaches to benched Pokemon, not the active Pokemon. You're going to need something with free retreat, whether that is Mew EX or this 30 HP Flittle. You'll need something with free retreat so you can power up your Pokemon on the bench and then retreat into what you want attacking, right? But sometimes that 50 HP is necessary. Sometimes you really need that extra HP to survive that one extra turn. You know, just like Girafarig here can do 30 to the bench, well, that would be knocking out a Flittle with free retreat. So sometimes you need that extra. So yeah, those are the major Pokemon that we'll be playing with. Energy-wise, we're playing 10 Psychic Energy and then 2 Mist Energy, which I do think is interesting. Being able to remove effects from your opponent's attacks, though, sometimes is really important. So Mist Energy being able to protect you in that way is fantastic, but mostly focused on Psychic Energy. I feel like 10 is low if we're really wanting Xatu to be a lot of draw for us, but we'll just have to see how it goes, right? And then for the trainers, we got some fun ones, such as Pokemon League Headquarters, which attacks used by each basic Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponent's, cost 1 more, right? So we were mentioning how Psyball requires extra energy to be on your opponent's active. Dazzling Gaze increases their attack, and the Pokemon League Headquarters will increase that attack even further. The ace spec of choice for most people, most decks, is Prime Catcher. Fantastic card, super expensive right now, but sometimes you just need it, right? And it's so powerful. It's definitely the best ace spec in the game, in my opinion. Let me know if you think there's another ace spec currently out, or even if you think there's one in Twilight Masquerade that will take the cake, right? We've got 3 copies of Nest Ball, which might seem interesting. I mean, most of our Pokemon are below that 70 HP mark that Buddy-Buddy Poffin would get them, but we do have a few. The ones to really focus on here would be the Manaphy. No, not Manaphy. I'm sorry, that does have 70 HP. The Girafarig and the Mew EX. Manaphy, Flittle, and Natu can all be searched out with Buddy-Buddy Poffin, so I like the 3 Nest Ball, 3 Buddy-Buddy. We got 1 copy of Temple of Sinnoh, just to... It's interesting, since we play Mist Energy, we would hate for Temple of Sinnoh to be out when we need Mist Energy to be active, right? But if we want to remove Mist Energy from our opponent, Temple of Sinnoh is a great way to do that. So, very fascinating, very interesting effects there, right? We've got 3 copies of Professor's Research and 3 copies of Arven. Really surprised about the Arven being at 3 copies when we only have 1 tool in the deck, and that being Technical Machine Evolution. I think you could go down to 2 Arven and feel comfortable, but being at 3 means, I mean, you're gonna have it in a hand more often, right? So, you know, I would probably go down to 2 and throw in Pokegear 3.0 or even Lumineon. I know bench space is premium in this deck, but Lumineon V being able to grab a supporter is still really powerful. Until we get that Tatsuguri, right? Sorry. I should drink some water. So Technical Machine Evolution, helping you get your evolutions out is always a good thing. We play so many evolutions, and we really need those Xatus out, so it's a really good tool. Maybe I would run this as a 2 of instead of a 1 of. 2 copies of Super Rod. Jeez. Super Rod, being able to recover your Pokemon and energy, really important stuff. 1 copy of Lost Vacuum, which I do find interesting. Being able to remove either a stadium or tool is going to be useful here, and Lost Vacuum will come in handy sooner or later. We've got 2 copies of Boss's Orders. And 3 copies of Buddy-Buddy Poffin, like I already said. 2 copies of Iono. You know, maybe increase that to a 3 of and lower Arven to a 2 of. Maybe that would work as well. Really, it depends on what works for you. And this really did work for LinkHawkins. He's got some photos in the Discord. I highly recommend you check out. Also, check out his YouTube. I'm not 100% sure he's still doing stuff with it. I really hope so, though. He put out some awesome Gundam content. We got 3 copies of Ultra Ball to help search out your evolutions and whatnots, and 2 copies of Earthen Vessel, so you have energy in hand, so you can accelerate it with Xatu. Ugh, man, so much going on with this deck. I love it. Let's go ahead, jump into a match, and see this deck in action. Ooh. My throat is hurting. And tickling. All right. Jeez. Tails, sweet. And we do want to go first. We've got a bunch of stage 1s. We want that first evolution for sure. So we will get to go first. What is our starting hand looking like? We got Natu. We got a Nest Ball. We could go for Espathra. I'm not hating that, right? Or Flittle, so that we could then Espathra. But we do have this Technical Machine Evolution, which we'll be using turn 2, right? So, I don't know. It seems pretty good. It looks like we were playing against a future deck, so this Natu may not be long for this world, sadly. And, let's see. Let's go ahead and Nest Ball, and we will go ahead and grab the 50 HP Flittle. Just make it that little bit harder to KO it. And attach to the Flittle and end our turn. I did attach to the Natu because we can't attack this turn. And when we do attack, we'll just attach to the Natu and then attach the Technical Machine Evolution. That is if they don't get... nope, they're going to KO us because of Iron Crown. Anyways, so, yeah, good thing. Oh, good. I thought they were playing Iono. I was like, no, my Espathra. But we should be fine. Not great, though. They've really done a wonderful job setting up. Playing down to a 0-card hand and getting all those Iron Crowns out is really scary for us. We got hit 110. They got 1 energy. Espathra, let's see, with 2 energy, 3 energy. Oh, sweet. Cool. 1-hit KO. Thank you for accelerating all that energy. Oh, man. That was pretty lucky. Now, Espathra. Oh, yeah. I'm loving this. We can go ahead and Arven here. Arven, I'm going to grab Buddy-Buddy. That way we can get... ooh, should I? Yeah, Buddy-Buddy. We're going to play that down. We're going to get another Flittle and a Natu. There we go. Loving it. This Espathra definitely getting the KO, so I will attach here. And sideball. Boom. Knockout for a knockout, but I think we are in a better position, at least. I do really want to get the Girafarig out, because future decks are really mostly just basic EXs, right? I mean, we got this Iron Thorns we gotta worry about, but how much do we really gotta worry about it, right? So yeah, I'm interested to see what they put in the active. If I attach 1 energy to Espathra this turn, it will be doing 90 on the follow-up turn, or on that turn, so I won't be KOing anything. Unless they attach, then I'll be doing 120, still not KOing anything. But with the Dazzling Gaze ability, they won't be able to attack anytime soon, right? Miraidon was really their only hope. I was surprised they attached fully to the Miraidon and didn't hold back like a energy or something, throw it onto the Iron Thorns or whatever. But yeah, they didn't. So that put us in a really good position. Hopefully my opponent did not just like go AFK after they get 1 KO and then we get 1 KO and they're like, well, I'm done, you know? But hey, playing online, sometimes that stuff is encouraged. You know, I've had people point out why stick around in a match you know you're not going to win when quitting early and jumping into another match where you'll have a higher chance of winning, most likely, is better overall because of things and stuff. You know, to get rewards and whatnot, the higher end rewards. So yeah. Sadly though, like hopefully my opponent does something, right? Burn a dot. Alright, we got Professor's Research here. I don't need the Arven. I'm going to attach the energy to the active, and then we'll just research. Here we go. Looking pretty good right now. I do really want to go Girafarig out. If I Ultra Ball away Earthen Vessel and Boss's Orders, then I can get the Girafarig, right? And that can come down. Well, I already attached. So then I will Sideball for 90. That's it, just a 90. Then next turn will be 120 unless they attach to the active here. But if they do attach to the active, I will be tempted, or if they attach to a bench or something, I will be tempted to Prime Catcher it into the active, right? And get that KO when needed. But yeah. Right now, it's not looking great for my opponent. And once I put out Girafarig, I think it's just going to push the narrative that I'm going to win even further and really make it hard for them to really even consider playing. Once Girafarig is out, they can't damage the Girafarig with most of their bench, their Pokemon, right? They got Iron Thorns and Miraidon. Like, they can't do it with Iron Hands or Iron Crown. That's it. That is how fast this deck wins. That was pretty impressive. LinkHawkins making just a fantastic deck. Highly recommend you check it out and check out his YouTube channel. Yeah, but that's the deck. I would really like to see it a little bit more in action, and I'm hoping at a later date I can come back to the deck, right? Maybe a LinkHawkins has a updated version by the time I got to this, because it's been a while since he posted this. You know, like I said, been battling some stuff and with my shoulder issues and all that. So let's go ahead. We're going to collect this tier of Battle Pass. We're almost done with the Battle Pass, which is great news for me, but I also got to start getting some stuff pre-recorded for vacation coming up, of course right after the new set comes out. So I'm hoping, whoopsie, I accidentally double-clicked. I'm hoping to still have some openings during that first week, but we'll have to wait and see what's going on here. Alright, let's go back to the deck. Back to the deck, there we go. Edit the deck. A double space up there. Yeah, and so Espathra really just showing how powerful it is in punishing your opponent for using lots of energy, and then Girafarig just being able to shut down strategies, right? Xatu always being a great choice to accelerate some psychic energy. We saw it great with Shadow Rider Calyrex V Max, and we're seeing it be great with Xatu, right? So, yes, thank you so much, everyone that's been watching. I hope you enjoyed the deck. I hope you enjoyed the very quick match that we had, just showing how oppressive this deck is. And thank you again to LinkHawkins for submitting it. And of course, until next time, keep playing Jank.